Alright, on this setup right here, I ended up putting in my boxes, and a lot of people may think these are golf cart controllers. In fact, they're not. They're actually remodified electronics that I've actually been using to capture back EMF. This is I got 4 5,000 microfarads capacitors. They're 250 volts each. So basically we have about, looks like 20,000 microfarads altogether at 250 volts. And pretty much what I want to show you is right now I'm just testing the system for storage, and this is my voltmeter here. So basically all I do is crank this over. As you can see, it's just pre-charged those capacitors, and because I got it through a bridge rectifier, just to show you the amount of power that just got stored, is it pretty much shows right up. Let me see. Now the key is I might be able to pre-start this system by the capacitor bank. As you can see, we got a lot of power. If I can pre-start the system with a capacitor bank, I might have to get a much bigger storage capacity, but if I can get that enough to store, I'm only going to pull a couple of milliamps out of the PWM system for pulsating the primary drive capacitor. So basically we are pretty much charging this up pretty quickly on the amount of charge, as you can see. And of course the faster you go, the more voltage. So we got about 20 volts right there alone. And just to show you the storage, I mean, we got enough to keep that power going for a period of time. So if I can get this pre-started, basically I am going to loop it. And the key is, right now, this is the most important part, and that is try to get this thing to charge up enough to be able to run the PWM, to run the high voltage discharge into the coils. Once that happens, once I pre-charge another capacitor, I have another one. This is 250 volt also. This will be another stage that actually drives the coils. So I'll be pumping in the power on the coils with the single capacitor, and I might have to get more to actually, basically I'm going to try to self-start this system. I should be able to, looking at the specs on this, especially on the output. Once I get that going, I mean, it's not going to take a lot to discharge this capacitor bank. I mean, we're going to work with milliamps. So we're going to be pumping in the high voltage into the capacitor bank and then see if it actually will start over. And the key is, of course, is trying to generate enough power. But we have an advantage, and that's called leverage. That means that we have the flywheel effect that gives us a greater amount of torque with less input needed. So basically it should work out pretty good. So that's pretty much the setup, and everything's looking pretty good on the storage. Like I said, that's enough to really pump up that capacitor bank to kick it over. And pretty much that's what I'm going to try to do. So I got a lot of parts I got to put on. I got to put a nice driver in there. I'll probably end up putting this is a 250 volt MOSFET driver. That would go up to about over 100 amps easy. I had it up to. And actually I ran some huge motors on this one. So this is already pre-tested. Ran this really hard. So I end up putting this box on there too. And that's pretty much where we're at on this particular system. I'm actually pre-testing things to try to get this started. I might need a battery to get it started, but after that I'm hoping with my knowledge with back EMF, see, this is the most amazing part that I'm going to actually do. Once I pulsate this coil over here, we're going to collect that back EMF through these boxes, and then take these boxes and feed that energy back into the main primary capacitor bank also. So not only am I going to have the generator try to charge, I'm also going to have the back EMF try to also charge. So if you see what I'm doing, that's why I got to have a voltage regulator on this system, because I don't want it to get too high. I need it to keep it to a certain voltage, because I don't want to pump too many voltage into it. So basically, to loop it, I'm using the generator itself, low RPM generator, to store into the capacitor bank. The capacitor bank is going to run the driver. In turn, the driver is going to use the high voltage and store in the capacitor bank. The timing device would then time it to discharge in the capacitor into the coils. Those coils then will kick this over, turn the generator again, collect the back EMF. So pretty much we have a little circus going on. And if anything is going to be done, I think I'm going to have to do it, because no one knows what the hell they're doing with back EMF. And I've been doing it for a long time, so I can collect as much as I want. I'm probably the only one that actually collected from back EMF big amps. I mean real power, none of this milliamp stuff. So we are looking at real power that I want to do. And that's pretty much what I'm trying to accomplish, is to make a loop system and stop playing around, because if I fail, at least you know. But I'm pretty gung-ho. I like challenges, and this is all looking really good. And like I said, I mean, there's the key right there, generating enough power. And you're not going to do that with a simple Bandini motor, sorry to say. You can't touch this Bandini. This is way too much knowledge in this field for you to even come close to. So this is my opinion. This is what my goal is, and so far it looks good. I'm hoping to have this running soon, and look at the specs on this. And you know, if everything works out, you haven't seen nothing yet. I'm going to put some exotic equipment on this. I'm talking some serious stuff. So I'm going to use all the technology I can muster up, and everything but a mice running the system. So hopefully I'll be able to get this system up and running. Everything's looking good. That voltage, I'm telling you, that thing will run a nice driver in a heartbeat. So that's pretty much it, and I hope you enjoy this update, and I'll talk to you later.